Yo, what's up, you guys? This is Jacob Ponus here, and I want to get a huge update on my channel. This is really important. You have to listen to this. So, I want to talk about how my life has been going on since today. But I mean, ever since I've been into cartoons throughout my whole life, ever since I was watching on the dish, and ever since I got smart tablets around, over half of my life now, and ever since, at how I've been watching so much on those types of stuff, and playing video games and stuff, and how I've been watching on the dish a lot, and when I watch. And then, usually, though, around 2016, I was usually watching, Cartoon Network, but technically, though, there's something I want to tell you. Ever since that time ever since that time, I felt like that I have stopped watching Dish on January 2018. And, ever since my time is at, how I'm feeling over today, I know, ever since the time I started watching Dish, on the same time on a, and then, on April 2018, when I was at a hotel at Universal Studios. This was the first time I ever saw SML. I saw that animation by that awful fan style animation, who did Jeffy's Wi-Fi problem, and then that's when I just saw the Jeffy's Wi-Fi problem video, and that's when I started becoming a huge #1 fan on SML. It was my #1 thing until then, but I usually knew about SML before when I usually knew about SML before when, I knew about him, when he was having this problem with, this demonetization stuff, and then, on how he's been moving channels, over and over and over, he moved channels 2 times now. And then, and ever since, his fourth time, ever since, his third time, since it was his fourth channel and how he used SML videos, it was also the time, he had to use the SML puppets. I know, on how everybody hated the puppets and how terrible it was, and ever since that time, when they used the human puppets on SBL, people hated the puppets. Originally, though, on how they wanted to use them, but, it stopped, and they're okay, we'll continue using the plushies, and then, they got a demonetization on Nintendo. I mean, you understand what's going on, and I know how confusing it is. So usually, though, they're no longer gonna use the plushies and just continue with the puppets, and then, they've made a fourth channel, they made a fourth channel, saying this is the last time they ever have to move channels ever again, noticing, on how they're gonna continue making videos with the puppets and no longer with the plushies, ever since that time, when they got the fourth channel, I didn't know Elena gave them that channel, but, ever since that time, ever since I loved SML, since, I had, an anxiety thing, something that I just couldn't get over it for a while, I know it's a long story, and I think I told you about it before, but I'm not sure if you have, but technically, though, ever since that time, when I was struggling on that, I saw SML, but then, when something I liked, it's just, doesn't have that thing into it, not from that much people anymore, and doing all that on how SML is, deleting his old channels now, and, it was really upsetting for me, from the way on how Logan had to delete his old channels, the ones with the plushies, because, of that demonetization, on how Nintendo wanted them to. It usually made me feel really sad. It did make me want to stop watching SML. But, I'll talk about SML later. I want to go through how I've been really going through, ever since I became an SML fan and how I started my YouTube channel. But, there's something I want to tell you. Ever since the time I stopped watching, ever since the time when I stopped watching Dish, I felt like I wanted to go back into watching Dish, but I just never did on January 2018. And then, ever since the time, on February 2018, when I started a YouTube channel, I've always wanted a YouTube channel, but ever since my era for watching cartoons and stuff, I thought it was almost going to be, over, but I know the best way on how I watch shows now, on my tablet, but then, there's something that I want to tell you. Ever since the time, when I stopped watching on the like ever since that time when I stopped watching on the dish, and how I made a YouTube channel, and how I started YouTube, and watched SML a lot of times, there's something that I want to tell you. Like, there was a time that still existed, like on June 2018, like something like still existed from my time on how I was feeling today. Like, it was on June 2018. Like, I feel like a totally future lifetime. Like, ever since I stopped watching Dish, and made a YouTube channel and watched SML, there was like a thing that there was something that usually happened, that usually remembered happened back in 2001. But like, I'll tell you, like, there was a thing that usually happened in 2001 for me, like before we were even born. It still existed in June 2018. Like, from my, that mostly felt like a future lifetime. Well, I'll show you that clip when I'm talking right now. Like this still existed in June 2018. And that made me felt really struggled over. It made me felt really struggled over. It made me felt like so struggled over, like from my future lifetime and stuff. And then, like, usually though, like when I watch some other show, like when I watch some new shows today, like when I watch shows into the present, I feel like it's all excited. Like, so I'm happy for it, but like it's only like a new thing into it. Like, this is taking over my future lifetime. Like, this was technically something that I usually been through, and also, there was something that I've been hating for so many years now. Like, ever since I've watching SML, like ever since like it was still going on ever since 2013. Like there was a time like when I said before, like, it's the worst episode of a series I have ever seen. Like, ever since I said like the worst episode of a series I've ever seen, like, and then like from the present, like total like future lifetime, like the music and stuff. But I've been noticing something, like ever since the time like that time was gone through, like the other time like when something that was released, like a big, huge, important thing into it from that as well. Like, from that time, like when I said was like the worst episode I've seen, like a future lifetime, like, oh, let me get this straight. So like, first of all, like there was that worst episode I've seen it, and then like there was a time like from the truth thing, yeah, and then the third one is that like from the time that's gone void, like the type of time that's been going to it. Like, this was the time that has gone by before, and I've been struggling on that for a lot now, and I've been hating on it so much. Like, I never wanted to look at it again. And then ever since that time is there, like months and months, like a few months have been going by, and then like I still have my struggle and hate and absolute hate onto it. But the thing that made me feel better, like ever since that total time I've been into like that, but still have my hate on it. Like, I've watched through the whole series of Gravity Falls ever since that time, like, on March 2022, and it made me feel so surprised. And I'm not gonna lie to you, it was the craziest thing I have ever seen in an animated series. No matter how old I was, it was the craziest thing I have ever seen in an animated series, and that was Gravity Falls. And I did say to myself that this whole series, like, I usually know that I think, like, this whole series was all just in one episode. And then, like, ever since that time, like, when people want more and then, like, that was the time when I just got back into everything to cartoons, like, even ones from, like, in the past that I'm too scared to go through. Gravity Falls actually helped me. It actually helped me get right back into all those types of stuff. I know originally though, like, it was something that I watched a little bit originally, but then I watched the whole thing, and then like it made me go back into watching like all those other types of stuff from my lifetime. Like, it made me go back into watching all those other types of things into the past, which I'm too scared to do. That made me help. Like, it made me feel better. But technically though, like ever since that time, like when people want more Gravity Falls, like ever since that time, like when they wanted more Gravity Falls, they actually did, like from that time when they did something when they wanted more Gravity Falls. I mean, like, you understand. I mean, like, from that type of series, like when they did an episode, like when people wanted more Gravity Falls, and they did. Ever since that time, where they, like from the series, like from that new series I was talking to, like when people wanted more Gravity Falls, like from one episode before, like when people wanted more Gravity Falls, like technically though, when I was surprised over from that new series, that series finished on May 2022, and I totally felt like a huge responsibility over a total future lifetime that I was like so surprised over. Like, it was like a total future lifetime, but then like I was really Sorry, the camera stopped because I ran out of storage, but I got some back. But also, like, when I was left off, like, I was like this. My brain just changed, like it made my brain change, and I was, like, happy about that. And it got me back into everything into cartoons, and how I got back into everything cartoons, like, ever since, over all that stuff. And now, like, ever since that time, like, from Gravity Falls, I didn't really watch over that much into SML anymore, but, like, ever since Gravity Falls helped me and everything, it made me go back into everything cartoons and stuff, but now I usually don't watch SML anymore. Well, like, I know on how I usually don't watch SML anymore, but technically though, like, and then, like, there's also something I want to tell you, like, ever since, like, over 2022, like, I'm always worried about the future and how everything exists in forever, like in the year 3000, like in Futurama, and, well, like, I did watch a lot of it. I did start watching a lot of it, like, in 2022, but, like, with Gravity Falls, but still, I still feel like, on how everything exists in for, like, I mean, like, I know, like, on how I go back into everything cartoons and knowing, like, so much about streaming now, and everything, but, on how I go back into everything cartoons, but there's also something that I want to tell you about, like, now I feel like I mostly struggle on the most nowadays is everything existing in, like, literally forever. Like, even the types of words speaking out of my mouth speaking forever, like types of history and that, like, I feel like it exists in, like, all of eternity. Like, and, like, I'm pretty sure, like, if you see my video on, I mostly worry about everything existing in forever, like, that video, like, if you've seen that video before. But technically, though, like, I do mostly worry about that. Like, it was a huge struggle for me, but, I want to get back into SML now. Like, I'll go back into SML now. So now, ever since I go back into everything cartoons, like, ever since I've been wanting, I want to move on in my life. Like, I did move on in my life when I got back into everything cartoons, and that had my most happy into it. Like, when I got back into everything cartoons, and I usually don't watch SML anymore because, well, like, the reason why I don't watch SML anymore is because they're never gonna bring back the plushies. I mean, like, they're, like, the best ones ever, but, like, they stopped using the plushies ever since the Super Bowl 2021 started, but ever since the time when they stopped using the plushies, they continued using continued using the puppets for like, and they're never gonna bring back the plushies, never forever, like, on how, like, they're gonna continue making videos with the puppets. Like, that was the time on ever since they made the 4th channel, which is, like, their final channel. Like, hopefully this is the last time they ever have to move channels ever again. And I noticed, like, after years of demonetization, he's finally made his decision. And then, like, I did know, like, from all the other SML videos I've been watching over the years, I'm pretty sure they were almost all deleted by now. So, guys, I was thinking for myself ever since from SML, ever since I moved on when I got back into everything to cartoons, there's something I want to tell you. Soon, I'm going to unsubscribe to all the SML and fan-made SML videos. Like, I know, like, on how I'm using this, but I feel like I have to do it because, like, the plushies were, like, amazing for me, and I loved them so much on how I loved Jeffy and stuff, but, like, on how I usually did over that, but, like, I've been usually having a loving it, but ever since that time, I've been usually struggling on something for years now, but then, like, I just moved on from it, and I usually got back into everything into cartoons, but technically, though, I was feeling like I don't really watch SML anymore, but, like, I did love it, but then, like, this love that from the fans, like, just doesn't really have that type of thing, and it doesn't really have that type of thing anymore. So, I've been thinking about it a lot, and I realized for myself, I feel like I want to unsubscribe to all the SML channels and SML fan channels. But don't worry, guys. I'll still make videos that are like SML, but I'm just not gonna watch new SML videos ever again because Logan's never gonna bring back the plushies and continue using the puppets. Like, people hated the puppets. I mean, like, I did say before about that, so. But don't worry, like, I'll still make videos on SMJ, but I realize, like, for SMJ, I've been doing it in a fine way now, and, like, on how I usually, like, not that much copyright into SML, but, like, I realize for myself that I don't want to do that, but usually, though, like, I don't want to watch SML anymore because I mean, like, you understand why. So soon I'm gonna unsubscribe to all the SML channels and SML fan-made channels. Well, when I make a video on me doing that, I'll post the links to all those channels in the description that I unsubscribed to, that I needed to, and stuff. But the way on how I usually feel like is, like, I'll still make videos today about, like, SML, but, like, and then, like, SML is still gonna be a memory for me. Like, I have that I have a whole lot of that merchandise right now, but I feel like I don't want to watch it anymore because, I mean, like, you understand. So, soon I'm gonna make a video on unsubscribing to all the SML and SML fan-made and SML fan channels. But I'll still make videos that are like SML, like an SMJ and how I'm making it today for you guys, but... And SML is still gonna be a memory for me, but, like, I'll unsubscribe to the ones that I have to unsubscribe to, that I don't feel like I want to watch any more new SML anymore just because of that. But anyways, you guys, thank you for watching, and I'll see you later.